I'm always one step behind, wishing I could read your mind, but I'm ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to show you a few things that we do to stock up on in case of an emergency. You never know when your power is going to be out, or it could be a natural disaster, it could be a pandemic, war, anything like that. You never know when you're not going to have electric or water or even a way to get anywhere, gas. So we stock up, and we've been doing this probably 10 years. And you don't have to do it overnight. We didn't run out and get all this stuff overnight. We just did this little by little and week by week. I'm going to show you some of the things that we could survive on if something like that were to happen. Even if it were to be a loss of a job, or you got hurt at work, or you were off work, it's things that would help you. It's things that you could survive on if you didn't have money to go to the grocery store or something like that. It's always good to put up for a rainy day. But I'm going to show you some of the things that we have, and it may give you some ideas if you want to do food storage or something like that. The first thing we stocked up on is water, because you can't live without water. So we've got 5-gallon jugs like this. We've got gallon jugs stuck in closets. We've got bottled water. That's probably the #1 thing I would start stocking up on if I were to be starting today. We also have a box of these just because you'll get tired of water. If you only had water and you didn't have anything else to drink, this would at least give you something different. So we do stock up on these. One thing you can do, and it's a little pricey, you could probably do this cheaper on your own. You could buy the buckets of emergency supply food. And this one we got at Sam's, and I'm thinking it was around $60. It's 124 servings. This one we got at Walmart, and it was around $25. It's a 48-hour emergency food supply kit. We also have a 72-hour survival food kit. Long-term food, we have beans and rice in buckets. We put them in Mylar bags and we seal them with, we use a flat iron. Some take oxygen absorbers. You can just Google this and it'll tell you how to do it. We have salt, beans, rice, and then once they're in these bags, we stick them in buckets. So we have buckets of food like that, because you can just add water to those things and cook it. We have oatmeal. Oatmeal lasts a while, and it's something you can just add water to and cook it. If you were to not have water, that's why you need to stock up on water. And also, if you didn't have electricity, if you have a grill, have extra propane tanks. But we even have a, what is it called? A fish fryer, and we can use the base to that to put cast iron or something like that on. Other things that we stock up on is just like chicken in the cans, Spam, tuna, things like that, and you try to get it dated out as far as you can, and you eat what you store. You don't want this stuff to expire and ruin. So we'll eat Spam, and then when we get low, we replace it. But you store what you eat and eat what you store. Don't store things that you're not going to eat, and shop from your supply. If you are going to cook green beans for supper, go buy a can of green beans, put it on your shelf, pull the ones that's dated sooner. You also will want your rice, beans, things like that flavored. So like oatmeal, we have maple syrup that would give that some flavor. We also have ground cinnamon, and we have honey. Honey is one thing that never goes bad. The raw and unfiltered honey lasts longer, so that's what we buy. We also have the cubes, the beef cubes and chicken cubes. These things last a long, long time, so it will add flavor to your rice or beans or anything like that. We also have, of course, the ground cinnamon, I showed you that, and black pepper. But this is just a few things that I pulled out of our closet that I would show you all to help you stock up on. Or if you wanted to start doing something like this, it's really a good idea to stock up on things like this, because you never know when something's going to happen and you're going to need it. Alden did this for a long time, and I thought he was crazy until COVID, and then we didn't even know if we're going to get groceries or grocery store is going to be open, and it kind of opened my eyes to why he would do something like this. Another thing is to just have gloves, mask, first aid supplies, medicine. If you get a refill on your medicine and you've still got some left, use that up, and then just build your supply up, because you never know when you're going to not be able to get to a pharmacy, for example. So one thing I'm going to do, I bought this pack of little tubs, and they are 10, I got 10 of them for $10.96 at Walmart. And I'm going to go weekly You don't have to do this overnight. I'm gonna go like once a week to like the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or something like that. And I'm gonna fill these up and label them. I'm gonna do like maybe one for batteries, matches, flashlights, a handheld can opener. You have to think about your kids, because your kids, if you were without power, snowstorm, something like that, your kids are gonna drive you crazy. So we're gonna put coloring books, crayons, we're gonna make a couple tubs for the kids, candy, things like that. Your animals, stock up on some cat food or dog food or things like that. So that's one thing I'm gonna do. So if you all think that's something you'd like to do, I mean, you could put 10 items in one of these, it's $10 a week or $5 a week, just whatever you can afford. You can throw an extra thing of honey or Spam or chicken or anything like that in your buggy like once a week, and you're not gonna miss that, but it will stock you up. So we have a bag like this in every car, and it has several things in it, but I just pulled out a few things that I was gonna show you. We have a life straw. It filters water. You could drink straight from a mud puddle with this. Another thing, if you were to not have water and need water, like we have an above ground pool, so we have a water supply. We could always filter that water and be able to use it. If your electric went out, it's good to have kerosene and a kerosene heater, another way to heat. You should always have a backup plan. So we keep one of these in every car, and just a few things that's in this bag, like this is a fire starter. He has a knife, flashlight, he has food, just like Spam slices, just in case you were to be somewhere and you had to get home and maybe there's no gas, you're out of gas, or there's just something happens that you have to walk home. You can throw this on your back and you'll have things that you need. You should have bottled water in there, a comfortable pair of shoes. You may be in shoes that you can't walk in. It's good to have basic first aid things in there. With your fire starter, you can have cotton balls soaked in Vaseline in a Ziploc, or you can have dryer lint, something like that. It's easy to start a fire. But I would say everybody would be okay the first day or two, but just say it goes a week and there's still no electric, there's no power, there's no way to get food. People are gonna get crazy and it could turn into chaos very easily. You should always have a way to defend yourself, because I'm gonna do what I have to do for my kids, and I know everybody else would too, and there may come a time that you might have to defend yourself. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Take that for what it's worth. But yeah, this is just a few things that we do, and you could get real deep into this, and we've gotten deeper than what you're seeing into this, but this is just skimming the surface, and it would just give you all some ideas, I think. I mentioned this in my Sam's video when I was grabbing a few things from there that we stock up. So it's just something that we've kind of gotten into, and it might help you all someday too. So I said I would share this, so I'm just going to share this little bit of information about this, and that is all. I hope that helps you guys out. From Dick's, we got a portable buddy heater and propane for that. It's going to be cold, so I thought this would be handy because you can use this indoors as well. So I thought that would be pretty cool to have. And we're gonna have a lot of cold days at the ball field, so I'm sure that'll come in handy. This was $89, these were $14. Then, from the Dollar Tree, I filled up one of my tubs that I was just telling you about in the video. I got a pack of labels to put like on the outside of these tubs. But in this tub, I focus more on lighting and batteries. So I got all kinds of assorted batteries. I got lighters, I got 2 flashlights, and matches, and I think that's it. Yep. But that fills one of those tubs up, and it was $10. So put the lid on that, throw a label on that saying what it is, and got one done, and don't even miss the money.
Never ready. I wish I could have made it stop.